Boston Celtics. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the Celtics, who seem to be falling apart at the seams. They have arguments within the locker room. Basically, they're not really getting along. Jaylen Brown is not starting anymore. Marcus Morris and Jaylen Brown got in each other's face in the huddle the other day. They had to be separated.
That's fine.
Kyrie Irving's calling out the team after the game. He's just sitting in his locker room. In the locker room, not getting dressed for 30 minutes to an hour after the game. He's calling Gordon Hayward out after the game in person, of course, on the court for not throwing him passes. What's up with the Celtics?
I just think that, again, they have a lot of guys who need the ball to score. You can't have a team full of people. You can't have a team full of scorers, and that's what they have right now. It's like a team full of scorers, and I just think they just got real chemistry issues. Like, I mean, look at what they did last year. Like, they almost went to the finals without them, without Kyrie and without Gordon Hayward. So you think that we, a team that went to the finals without y'all, you think that you just finna come back in and just, oh, well, I'm back now. Y'all go back to taking less shots. I don't think that's really how it works, dog.
Well, then they gotta go.
But look, listen. The thing about the Celtics is, with that roster and like with the talent that they have, I still think they're the best. They're the most talented team, damn near, maybe in the NBA, maybe in the NBA, maybe. So I still think that they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they're a team that no matter when or like what seed they are in the playoffs, I don't really want to play them. Mm-hmm. I think that Kyrie Irving can be the best player in the Eastern Conference at any point, at any given time. In any series, he can be the best player. He can dominate a game. So I'm not too worried about them. I think they'll figure it out. I think that Robert Williams is a guy who needs to play more, because I think one of the real issues they have is they don't really have an intimidating presence down low. I think that Horford isn't what he used to be. He's been hurt a lot this year.
Robert Williams only give me 2. Okay.
But look at his blocks though, and look at the minutes. Look at how many blocks he's averaging, and like look at the minutes. So if you accelerate that and see that
he had 2 blocks versus Indiana, 1 block versus Miami, none versus Orlando, none versus Brooklyn. I guess if you're banking on Robert Williams to save your season, then you got bigger problems.
But I don't think
the Celtics got a bunch of. I think they got a bunch of issues. I think that they need to trade Terry Rozier. They need to trade Jaylen Brown. They need to trade Marcus Morris. And I think that they need to make the decision, put the keys to the franchise in Kyrie Irving's hands. I feel like it is, but if there's too many people that are taking shots, it's not really in his hands, because he has to share the ball, and also because everybody and they need to distribute their shots the way that they need to distribute their shots. It makes it tougher for him. Like, even in a situation where, like, if Jason Tatum isn't on that team, Gordon Hayward's not throwing that ball to Jason Tatum at the end of the game, or Jaylen Brown.
First of all, about that, like, what play was that?
I don't know. I'm not sitting there trying to be like.
I think the play was like to run like Kyrie up, and Hayward might have panicked because he didn't want to get a 5-second violation. Yeah. So I don't really know what play that even was that he even got mad about, because again, they had the ref handing him the ball. He stood out of bounds for like at least 2, 3, 4 seconds. And Kyrie didn't exactly move up court either. So maybe he didn't want to get a 5-second violation, just panic and threw it to Tatum because that's the first he saw.
Yeah, but you got to be better than that. Look, man, before Kyrie Irving threw the pass that annihilated Gordon Hayward's leg, they were supposed to be like a crazy duo. So we can't be having mental lapses like that. And also in the East, if you
thought that, I didn't think that. I never thought Gordon Hayward was that fired.
Come on, you thought you can't fucking tell me you thought he was gonna average 11 points last year.
11.
If you did, you're lying.
11.
If you did, you're lying. You're lying your ass off.
About like 18.
18?
18, 19.
I'm not upset at that, but still, 18, 19 is better than 11. Like, Marcus Morris is averaging more points than Gordon Hayward. Jaylen Brown is averaging more points than Gordon Hayward. Like, Gordon Hayward's averaging 11 points.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at Hayward's performance this year, though. Like,
no, he's been decent. It's been a good comeback year for him.
But honestly, if we're doing 6 man of the year voting, Hayward's getting some votes from me right now. No. Hayward's been a decent 6 man, and look, we say all this about the Celtics. They're still 5th in the East. 17.
But we expected them to be number 1.
It does
we expected them to be world beaters this year, and they're not world beaters at all.
I feel you.
They're getting beat.
I feel you, but again, now granted, the Heat loss was bad. The Miami loss was very bad. The Orlando loss was
bad,
unexpected. It was bad. So like, they definitely had some troubling losses, but they played the Raptors this week. I think they play them in Boston. It's a chance to get back on track. Like, I'm really only worried about them against the elite teams. I don't care what they do against Miami. Like, if we get into a series, you taking Miami over Boston? Seriously.
I mean, I don't know. Well, no. I mean, of course not Miami over Boston, but no. I mean, of course not Miami over Boston, but I would. But if they're the 5 seed, they're gonna play Philly. I'm taking Philly this year.
I don't know about that.
I mean, yeah, the Celtics are 10-12 away. And so is Philly. But Philly had
chemistry issues.
I mean, yeah, but Philly got one of the best home records in the NBA.
But they got chemistry issues.
Yeah, but Philly got somebody. But Philly got 3 guys that you can't really check. And the other thing Philly got is they got Jimmy Butler to put on Kyrie Irving. They didn't have anybody to put on him. I mean, like even if he was there last year,
they really have Jimmy to put on Kyrie.
I mean, huh?
Do they really have Jimmy to put on Kyrie Irving?
Yeah. Who you gonna waste Jimmy on? Tatum?
Yeah.
No, put Ben Simmons on Tatum. Ben Simmons is taller. It'll make Tatum's life a hell of a lot difficult, and then you fucking put JJ on whoever on Marcus Smart or whatever the fucking and you deal with it. And Embiid, you talking all that cash shit. It's time to be cash.
I still like Boston in that series. I think that man for man, Boston has a better roster, and I think that again with just Philly, I think folks not being there actually really affects them. Like
bro.
Folks,
my God.
If Fultz is here, Jimmy. If Fultz is who he's supposed to be, Jimmy isn't even on his team right now. There's no need for Jimmy Butler.
No, you want to know what? If they would have just drafted Tatum like I said they should have, this wouldn't even be a problem. We wouldn't even be dealing with this shit. We wouldn't even worry about this man shooting an arm, none of that shit. You wouldn't be writing rap lyrics about him, none of that shit.
I disagree with that.
Nah. It's a lie. With that. It's a goddamn lie.
And hindsight is always 20/20. Like
hindsight, no.
If you look at what Markelle Fultz did in college, he was far and away the best prospect in the nation.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I told you he wasn't.
I told you
he wasn't. I told you he wasn't. At that point in time, I told you that he was gonna be CJ McCollum light.
I disagree with you.
He ain't even that.
I mean, because he's hurt.
That man out there playing like Mateen Cleaves. Like, nah, come on, no. So it's a wrap.
But again, for Boston, man, I think ultimately they'll be fine. I think the only trade they should maybe looking to making is one for Terry Rozier. Reason being is just, but even still, I don't know if I want to even trade Terry because Kyrie always gets hurt. Like I haven't seen Kyrie play a full. I think Kyrie's had one full healthy season. Kyrie is pretty.
Yeah, but you got to pay Terry.
We got the Kings
and
pick.
Terry's averaging less than 10 points.
Who cares? We got the Kings pick coming up, and again, you just want insurance at every position. I still think no matter what, as long as
but because you got the Kings pick coming up, you can just draft the backup.
Exactly. So watch rate him. Let him go. Let him go. Watch rate him.
What do you mean?
You gonna bring more people in and get
get some future picks. Trade him away for nothing. Like you don't need to keep him.
No,
you need to get rid of them. Send the motherfuckers to New Orleans. Send him. Send Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown.
You can't make this trade yet because of like some rule. I think that like they got 2 people on like Rose rule contracts, something like that. So you can't actually make that trade. Like it's literally illegal. The AD trade, he can't be traded to Boston this year.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
So I look,
it's illegal. That's fucking hilarious.
And just again, bro, like Kyrie always has a history of getting hurt.
He does.
He has, and Boston's training staff. I don't know if it's the best.
No, I mean look at IT.
So look. I want to keep him around because I still think no matter what, the team has finals aspirations. They can easily get in the playoffs as like the 5th seed, get hot. You know, like how the Rockets did, I think, that year when they were 5th and they ended up going to the championship. I think it was in 94, 95. So I think that no matter what, as long as the Celtics just get in, they can.
The Rockets didn't have to play against the fucking this year's Raptors, this year's 76ers, this year's Bucks, this year's Pacers.
I'm not like the Raptors.
The Bucks are the scariest team in the NBA, by the way. The Milwaukee Bucks are easily the scariest team in the NBA.
But the Raptors, like, I'm not that.
We gon' slide, we gon' chill. She said she loves me, I'm her.